What's going on, everybody? This is Real Deal Sports. We got our brother Walt back. We had to do one without him, but he's back in full effect with all that damn orange and brown. But
Stay hydrated, baby.
whatever, dude. But you guys here. We got brother John. Is that Steven Adams? Is that Steven Adams jersey? I've
Yeah, you
always liked
can't go wrong with Steve Adams. He's a fan favorite.
100%. Wherever
like
he
Chuck,
plays, too.
Chuck the other day, he was talking to Jordan Poole was on set, and Chuck was wearing a 51 jersey on the Mavs, and they said, you ain't gonna say nothing about this, and he goes, "Nah, man, it's Boban. Everyone loves Boban. If it were anyone else, maybe, but that's Boban, But
everybody do love Boban, man. You can't be mad at Boban, bro.
100%. 100%. So, Brother John has some trivia for us. We're going to start the show off right. Hopefully I can get some points because I didn't play the last game, but I'm playing this one. So,
all right, well,
Brother John, what do you have for us today?
All right, you ready? We're gonna go baseball.
Uh-oh.
Old school. What pitcher holds the record for the most complete games in a career? Major League Baseball career. Pitched the most complete games for 19 points.
Mariano Rivera.
No.
I thought he was a closing pitcher.
He was.
I'll give you a multiple choice after this.
Can I at least get the team?
No, but I'll just give you because I'm gonna give you the names after this, so that'll give it away.
I'm gonna say maybe I don't know Roger Clemens.
All right, we're going down now for 7 points. Here we go.
Ain't that a bit?
Is it Nolan Ryan, Don Sutton, or Cy Young? Pitched the most complete games in an MLB career for 7 points.
I thought Cy Young was a award, but that was an actual person.
It's like the Kobe Bryant Award. It's like it's named after a person.
Well, that's different, dude. We were around when they named
Kobe Bryant Award. I know what the Lombardi Trophy is named after some, you know what I mean? Like all these awards.
We know that because come on, dude. You know what Walt meant.
I'm gonna say the Nolan. Maybe I think it's Nolan. I'm gonna say Nolan.
What is the second guy's name?
John Sutton or Cy Young for 7 points.
I'm gonna say Sutton.
All right, for 1 point. It's neither of those two. Who is it?
It's gotta be Cy Young, dude.
All right.
I mean, I wanted to say that, but I just felt like that was the obvious answer.
They're the only three pitchers to ever pitch 750 games in their career, but he pitched 750 complete games. So not counting all the extras that he also pitched that weren't complete games. All right,
little fella. Let's see. So me and Walt both get a point or what?
You get 1 point. Yeah, it was 19 if you got on the first try, but all right, here we go. Going NHL. What this one's no one's gonna get. This one no one's gonna get, but I think this is an interesting one. Here we go. What coach came off the bench to play for his team in the Stanley Cup Finals for 19 points? For 37 points if you get it.
Is it the analyst that's the NHL analyst that's right now? I can't remember his name right now, man. But
with the colorful suit? Or not?
Oh, he got the slick back white dude. I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, he talking about He talking about let me stop.
I can't think. It's probably wrong anyway, but I mean that's just my guess.
No, it's not. All right, here we go. For 4 points, here we go. Is it Lester Patrick, Dick Irvin, or Wayne Gretzky?
Wayne Gretzky.
No,
Wayne Gretzky was a coach though.
Walt? Dick Irvin or Lester Patrick? It's just 50-50.
I'm gonna go with Dick Irvin.
All right, it's Lester Patrick. He was 44 years old, and their goalie got hurt, and he came off the bench to play goalie in the finals and won the game at 44 years old.
Imagine that, like Steve Kerr come in for stuff and drop like 30. Like,
or even if he came in and scored 10, it would be a story.
I'd be impressed if he scored like 5 or 10, though.
Right. It would still be a story if he came in and dropped, just sitting in the corner.
Jason Kidd, Luka get hurt, Jason Kidd come in and get like a triple-double.
You just
how you do that?
You're just sitting at a Warriors game and you just see Jordan stand up like, Del Curry, come on out. We need someone to come out of the court real quick. All right, here we go. All right, here's the easier one. For I'll say 3 points. Who was the only person in NBA history to be named Most Valuable Player, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year? MVP. You won an MVP, you won a Coach of the Year, and you won Executive of the Year.
In the same year?
No, heck no. In his career.
Bill Russell.
You got the team. I believe he's still an executive today.
Larry Bird? Wait.
Jerry West.
Well,
final
you said
answer?
Bill Russell.
Is that y'all's final?
No, because you said that's so it's on the Celtics because you said this.
Is that y'all's final answer?
Who the hell else could it be?
That's what I'm asking. Is that the final answer?
No. Hold on. I want to say Larry Bird because he got an MVP.
Oh, it is Larry Bird.
I want to say Larry Bird. Yeah, Larry Bird.
Okay, it's Larry Bird. All right. Walt gets 2 points. All right, that was it. That's all I got. So
because he was executive for the Pacers, won MVP with the Celtics, and then Coach of the Year with the Pacers too.
I don't know how the fuck he got that.
So Walt got 3. Nico got 1.
I just watched the documentary. That's why. No, I'm just playing.
3 to 1 today. I knew these ones were gonna be tough, but I just thought they were really interesting. I mean, it's we got the Stanley Cup going on. I just heard rumors. I don't think it's true, but Messi might come be a player coach here in the U.S. for a team. He might be player and coach. I don't know if that's true. Doing it tropical. What's that team with Will Ferrell? The Tropics. The Tropics. The Flint Tropics. He's gonna be the executive coach and player. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. But obviously, yeah. So 3 to 1. We're done. That's it for trivia today.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make a comeback like LeBron.
The only thing about that trivia, though, I will say
it was some bull. No, let me stop.
Asking two guys about hockey. Come on,
that's an interesting one because technically LeBron has won a ring as GM, player, and coach of the same team in the same year. If we call him the GM.
I gotta watch that thing about what Kyrie was talking about, that whole background of that story too. I gotta watch that I Am Athlete, I think, because I think Marshall, I think that's his name.
Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall. Yeah, he had him on there. So I'm very curious about that title. Of what Kyrie got to say about that. That's a little bit off topic. My bad.
No, you're good, Nico. What would you have for today? What are we talking about?
First topic. Excuse me. Deion Sanders opens up about Nick Saban's comments about the NIL. Now, for people that John, you're really good at our research. For people that don't know, what happened between, Nick Saban and got Deion talking now?
So the way obviously Nick Saban came out and made some excuse type comments about, listen, man, Alabama fans, things aren't going to probably look the same for the next decade as they have the last decade because, rules are changing and we can't take advantage of the new rules like other teams are. Texas got probably more money than Alabama, maybe. But he never said names, but he said schools. And because of that, the coaches of these schools took offense to it to some extent, especially Jimbo Fisher. And he came out and had a scathing report, and he called press conference the next morning and had a scathing, take on whatever. Deion came out and said, "Oh, I got something to say." And so it sounded like he was going to come out and just roast Nick Saban, but he kind of let him off the hook, almost like, you know what, Nick Saban apologized type, I want to drop it too, but Nick Saban wasn't taking shots at me and Jimbo. He was talking about boosters. He was using our names our school names to make money for himself and stuff like that. So he kind of like gave Saban an out almost in a sense. You know what I mean? We're like, all right, you know what, we can end it. But I don't think it's over with Jimbo. I think he's still got stuff he wants to say and whatever. So, but I think what really is going to make the difference is when they play. You know what I mean? When they play, that's going to be the thing that
October 8th.
Yeah, it's going to be super hype. So
yeah, we're gonna go down there.
I try to make something happen.
Experience.
I want to see them Jackson State games, baby.
I do. I definitely do.
For
real. But I mean, just my take on this, honestly, just Deion responded. I mean, we were just talking about this, pretty much off the show. Like I said, pretty much just agreeing with John. Like Saban was pretty much just trying to use him, not really talk about him, but they were just trying to use his name to, of course, get boosters and donors, like John was saying. But I think I was asking a question offline. I was like, well, because they was just literally like in an All-State commercial together. So I was like, just kind of confused on like, kind of like where the beef was coming from or whatever. But I mean, we all know that's just, for public, eye and, money, I should say, whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, it didn't seem like, Deion was mad. He's really, seems like he's been over it, honestly. He's just ready to go out there and play football, honestly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's hurting either one of them because, I mean, let's be real. I mean, if you're a recruiter that's trying to recruit for Jackson State, I should say, I mean, no disrespect to Nick Saban, but if I'm somebody that wants to play football, I mean, trying to go learn from Deion Sanders, I feel like that's an honor in my opinion.
Especially if I'm a cornerback, man. If I'm a
right,
cornerback,
you know what I'm saying? Especially like if you're on the defensive side or whatever. And like I said, there's no disrespect to Nick Saban because I'm sure Nick Saban knows the game from his head to toe. You feel me? But I mean, I just feel like my meaning is I just feel like Deion is he's letting it go because at the end of the day he knows that his name already goes a long way, so he's not really saying that it's affecting him at all. So I mean, I just like I said, like John was saying, he's just pretty much letting it go at this point. I mean,
yeah, Deion has used his own name to get attention and maybe money,
which is good
for his team, right? But using someone else's name that can piss people off, right? Like when Deion's definitely like, listen, I have name power. I'm going to take shots at the NFL this year. I'm going to do these things to get TV crews in here and get attention on our kids. But this is I don't really have an analogy for it, but you know what I mean? Like it's almost like if the city kept coming and fixing up your street and they never came and fixed up my street, and I was like, man, hey, they always coming over fixing up, and you took it personal, you know what I mean? Because you live on that street. You're like, oh, John taking shots at me, and I'm like, oh, my bad, Walt's my guy. I'm not taking shots at Walt. I'm just saying, like, why can't we get what they get? And I think that's what Saban was doing. He was like, I'm not taking shots at Jimbo, and he came out apologizing and everything. That being said, I mean, you said it, so you gotta live with it. It's not like he didn't say it, but yeah, I don't think he meant it the way it came across. But Jimbo, man, he ain't taking this line down, and that's what I love this because it's like it's so weird to see. Not weird, but it's so fun and interesting to see like guys like in their 70s who care this much passionately about football still. I mean, you think about Nick Saban, man. Like, sure, he can pay. I'm not saying he did, but rumor has it he's paying kids. He can pay these kids here and there to come play ball for him. But he's still out every day recruiting. Like at his age, like the dude works. They all do. So it's fun to see like how much these guys care about it, and having Deion add to it just makes it better.
I mean, that's another thing that's the difference between the two of them though. With Jimbo is like taking it like to a personal level though. Like Deion, he just like hey, I'm just being Deion, you know what I'm saying? My player's gonna come to me regardless. But Jimbo, he's like trying to get like the background of Nick Saban. Like he's trying to see like he's trying to take it outside of football. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and Deion's smart too. I mean, he knows like, what I mean, his school is up and coming now. He doesn't need to be giving them bad PR by getting into
that's a good point.
Beefs with these guys who, because listen, let's just say he does able to land one of these teams on his schedule next year. Then that's going to be a hotly contested game. And when he gets, let's just say they do get smacked 34-7 or something, right? Then it's bad PR for them. So I think he's playing this right. Deion's definitely the smartest one here. The other two are kind of out of touch with their comments a little bit, but I mean, it's good TV, man.
I agree.
I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it is Nick Saban sees the writing on the wall. He sees that with his NIL stuff, his dominance may take a hit
Yeah,
because go
I
ahead,
heard they may call it the Nick is leaving rule. It's the NIL.
man.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because now it's leveling the playing field. Really, look how many kids went to Texas A&M. Look at what USC has done since the Oklahoma coach left. It might even the playing field and his dominance that he once had. Like, think about it: the running backs he's had, the receivers he's had, offensive linemen, defensive, and just had him back to back to back to back, and just continued his dominance. It's gonna take a hit, and I think just think about last year. He lost to two of his former assistants, Jimbo and A&M, when they lost by a field goal. And then Kirby Smart in the national championship game.
Yeah.
So maybe he sees this.
And
Or
that's a good point. That's a good point. Like, because and some people thrive off working hard and just not quitting and all that stuff. But could he probably is in a good position where he could walk away right now and take a nice job with College Game Day or something like that, just sitting on the
I
sitting at
would.
the table. Like
I would.
at your age, right when you're in your 70s, man, that's right. That's what you want to do. You just want to sit and talk football instead of being out recruiting. In theory, I mean, some people want to still be out there doing the hard work every day, but wouldn't you just want to just go, take 20, 35 million, whatever it is, to go sit on College Game Day table and talk games and just have fun with it at that age? But who knows, man?
Yeah, I mean, you would think so, but I mean, if you just for somebody that's been doing it for so long, like Nick Saban, man, it's just like with him. I'm thinking it's just like, bro, what am I gonna do once like if I just go though? Like, I mean, yeah, I could sit here and talk about football, but I'm not gonna be going through the preparations and stuff no more. I'm not be going through the scouting. I'm not gonna be part of the everyday process that he was pretty much a part of for the last 40 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like I said, I mean, yeah, it sounds good for Saban to just go sit down and chill. But I mean, like a guy like that, I just feel like he's, he has to keep himself busy. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
We're seeing it more and more. I mean, that's not a political show. We talk about like everyone running for president is like in their 70s now, the 80s. Like it's crazy. Like because they're just workaholics. They don't know when to hang it up. And maybe they never should. Like whatever. But yeah, I mean, he's in that Tom Brady situation though. It's not like he's 70 and he's run his course. It's like he has nothing left to prove. You know what I mean? Like if Tom Brady walks away, it's not like he has anything left to prove. Whereas some guys maybe still walked away with something left on the table. But so yeah, I mean, I agree. Like maybe it's just not in him though to sit and talk. Maybe he loves the hard work and the grind.
But it's definitely a bad look. Like if I'm a high school kid, it's almost like you hating. Like why you worried about what I get? You making your 10, 15 mil a year.
Yeah.
My little 100, 200, 300,000 don't mean nothing to you.
That's what I've heard is he accused the player of making $1 million. I've heard that the player is roughly probably going to make about 200,000 from boosters. Mm-hmm. He has a chance to make more depending on how he plays, but coming in
like most of those kids.
Right. But already coming in 200,000, that's nice. Yeah, but yeah, I think he was just Saban's trying to get more boosters for his school.
Yeah, and he worried. He's worried.
That's but, for sure.
One thing we don't have to worry about is Michael Vick ever coming back to football. This time, in the controlled fan league, Walter just told us before the show started, Mike has officially said, I ain't coming back. He like, hey, I'm good. It's okay. I've done what I set out to do. And I think it's smart because now, when you get to your 40s, everybody see Tom Brady, it's like, hey, he different. He do some other stuff. He do some other things. But, one wrong hit or, just anything, that, especially if you ain't took those hits in a while, they could hurt. They could hurt you a lot more today than it did when, you was a 24, 25, 26-year-old. So, I think Mike making the right decision. Just stay retired. Don't try to, make a comeback. Just rest on on your morals. Just rest on them. You did what you were supposed to do. You set the city of Atlanta on fire. You had that one hiccup that we ain't gonna talk about. That we're not gonna talk about. But you were one of the greatest mobile quarterbacks in recent NFL history. Every
Probably so.
time the Lamar Jacksons, the Kyler Murrays, the Justin Fields. They're all every time they do something, man, he look like Vic. So you did what you were supposed to. But I'm glad he's staying retired. What about you? What you think?
Yeah, I I definitely think it's a good decision for Mike for real. Especially when, like I said, I'm continuing on reading the article. It said that he hasn't participated in any organized football in 5 years. So that would have
Wow.
been a little tough for him to come back, especially at the age of 41. You know what I'm saying? Not
True.
participating in any type of work. Well, I'm sure he's probably still working out, of course, but I mean just like getting in football condition. He hasn't been participating. So yeah, like you said, I mean his play QB style is completely different than Tom Brady's. You know what I'm saying? With him, running and taking all those hits. You know what I'm saying? His career didn't last as long as Tom Brady's. Due to that. But yeah, I agree with Nico. Hang it up. Continue to chill, talk football with the guys. On first take or
Your Fox. You do Fox on Sundays.
yeah, Fox on
Yeah.
Sundays. Just I'm pretty sure that they're paying him a nice little lump sum. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So just continue on, and you ain't got to worry about no hits. On Fox News, none of that. So just continue on that, and just take care of your family and whatnot, bro. So
100%. What you got on the John?
Yeah, so he never won a ring and stuff like that, but I mean he has nothing to prove to the fan controlled league, so it's not like he has stuff left on the table. And there are certain guys who want to play just because they love the game. I mean, he's got To. He's not playing because he's got something to prove. He's just playing because he loves the game and he wants to play. I'm sure Mike loves the game too, but yeah, I mean, you got family, you got health, you got you got to take care of, you got to be around to take care of them. So yeah, I mean, it's not worth it. Also, I know it's only 7-on-7, but the field is smaller too. You know what I mean? So it's not like running is.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not like it's going to be a ton of fun to run in that league either. But
It's like a ring
um,
of football.
mm,
You have no sidelines. You pretty much you get knocked up against the wall. That's out of bounds. It's
yeah, so it's no, it's a good choice. I don't know if I see him on Fox, and I think he's paid by Fox. I don't know if he's full time analyst or not, but I mean he's definitely got a future in it. So if I don't, he probably already does have a
yeah, I
future.
mean, that's
I
why
could be misspeaking.
I see him on Fox, and I'll be seeing they bring him up on first take and skipping Shannon
Yeah,
sometimes in the mornings too when they talk about football. So
yeah,
yeah. So he's got a good thing going. And he's got money making opportunities that I don't think he needs this in his life. But if he wants to, I say go for it. But yeah, I mean he has nothing to prove. At least not to the fan control league. But yeah, I think it's it's too right. It's like too bad because I'd love to see Mike Vick play, but at the same time, man, you don't want to just drag everyone out there in their 40s just to make a play for our entertainment either. Like, you know what I mean? Just for namesake.
I'm about to say, I'm be honest, I don't want to see Michael Vick playing right now at 41. To be honest with you.
Yeah, we're just, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain level of using people's namesake to advance yourself, but like, man, if it's not good for him, if it's not the best situation for him, then nah, man, we don't want it.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just saying for him, his getting up there in age, though, I just feel like it won't be the best performance in football right now.
the way you once played wouldn't transition.
Exactly, and I don't want him. I don't want him to tarnish that. I should say I don't want him to tarnish that.
There was a arguably dirty play in a hockey game last night, and one of the stars of one of the teams got hurt. The whole goalie for the Blues got hurt. He's out probably for the playoffs. And he walked by the other guy's press conference when he was doing his press conference, talking about the hit he put on him when he fell on his leg, and he chucked a water bottle at the dude during his press conference. And that's something I've never seen. That was new, but Yeah, talking about taking hits. You know what I mean? Like they're young, they'll be fine. But yeah, Mike Vick, his age, don't need to be taking them hits.
Hell no.
Yeah,
Hell.
100%. I agree. So another person that doesn't need to be taking hits, Skylar Diggins and Diana Taurasi were separated by teammates during a team huddle this past week in a basketball game. Now, I think it's competitive nature. When you're competing to win games, win championships, or you feel like a teammate is not pulling their weight, pretty much, you feel that way. So, even with this game, I mean, I can see where they both were coming from. Skylar looked like she was a little bit more on Diana's head from what I seen from the footage. She kind of stood up and was looking down on her. I don't know what happened with that, but I mean, it happens. It's sports. It's sports. If if a teammate can't get on your case, you really shouldn't be playing. Or if you're that sensitive to where someone gets on your case and you get upset because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, but you also upset because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, but you mad because they're getting on you. Like, bro, just quit. Just quit. Whatever sport you playing. Football, basketball, WNBA, softball, whatever it is, just quit. Because you obviously don't want to be held accountable. So I saw no problem with it. What you think about it, John?
Yeah, I don't know if this is one of those. I don't want to say turning moments because the season just started. Like it's not like but this could be. I agree with you. It's two competitors
Yeah.
who happen to be on the same team. Clearly had a disagreement about something. Um, I will say Dan Taurasi has been on a thing as of late. I mean, she's been calling out the league in press conferences. She got teed up the other day and got in a scuffle with someone on a different team, and this is all just this week. I think this all just happened this week, and then now her and her teammate going at it in the huddle. Maybe she's actually going through something, and whatever, but it's not affecting her game though. She the other day in that same game, I believe, became the oldest person to ever drop 30 points at 39 years old. So her game is still there, but it's kind of like Dwayne Wade, where I mean he'll drop 30 and the next game have 12 or 13, but like when down the stretch. But I mean she's still got game, I mean, and so it's not affecting her game, but like I said the other day, man, they're missing Brittany Griner. That changes the entire game plan. You know what I mean? Like your game plan is kind of centered around Brittany Griner. So when you lose her, it becomes it's a much more guard heavy team, and so the style of play changes, and so I'm sure there's disagreement there, but they'll figure it out and hopefully get Brittany back soon. I mean, but would be the best situation. But yeah, I mean, I hope nothing comes of this. I hope it's just two competitors, and that's what I think it is. I think this is just two people who are real competitive and had a disagreement about something.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walt.
Damn. I'm just looking at the Phoenix roster right now, bro. They is stacked. Like, bruh. But anyway, I'm sorry.
I was thinking about that today, man.
They got Diamond DeShields, Tiana Charles, Diana Taurasi, Skylar Diggins, and Brittany Griner with there, bro. That whole little starting five right there is ridiculous, man. Like that is insane. I didn't even know they were stacked like that, bro.
I was thinking about that today. Like, is it time for the NBA to expand, WNBA to expand, like add a team, like you know what I mean? Because
but
it's starting to get big starting fives. I mean, Washington has a crazy starting five. Las Vegas has a crazy starting five. Like, it's time to start breaking some of these teams up.
That's insane though. But I mean, but anyways, I know that's a little bit off the topic though. But I mean, honestly, I don't like it only because of the fact, bro, they were up like 5 at that time. I mean, why is you so angry? Like, I mean, when you thought they were gonna be blowing them out or something, like I guess I'm not really sure of like the whole situation of why she was so angry. But like I just said, just me at that time, like, bro, y'all was up 5. Like, I don't understand why I even have that outburst. I mean, and maybe just like John was saying, maybe she was underperforming. That she thought that she was underperforming. Like I said, I mean, they did lose 80 to 100, which is definitely bad for that type of caliber team. But I mean, like I said, at the time, it just looked like I said, they were up 5 points. I think they were in the fourth quarter or third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, like I said, I'm just confused on why Skylar got pissed off, honestly, because I mean, y'all were up at that point. I mean, yeah, I don't mind, teammates, holding each other accountable. That's perfectly fine. But I mean, I just feel like that time period of when she got mad, I just don't understand why she got mad, and they were up. So I just think it was bad, and I agree. It probably cost them the momentum right there of why that's why they lost. So yeah,
I agree with you. I'm making excuses for it and saying I think it was just two competitors. But yeah, I mean, you don't like to see this. I mean, it's not, But I assume that Diana must have been saying something for her to get up. I'm assuming she didn't just stand up and just start yelling. But who knows? I'm sure they'll never tell us what it was really.
I mean, like you said, I mean, it's just too competitive. I mean, between the two of them, I think that's like 15 All-Star appearances. So I mean, that's probably two of the top, females in the WNBA right now. So I mean, they are going to collide because they both think of the game highly. So I mean, it's just like you said, just two competitive spirits. You're just going at it right now. So
for sure.
Yeah, I agree. So, guys, in today's news, Yankees cut minor league player for stealing from teammates and scamming fans. First of all, how are you scamming fans? What are you doing? And why are you stealing? Why are you stealing from your teammates? What is wrong with him?
Hey man, the minor leaguers like Deion Taurasi said this week, right? It's like we ain't getting paid enough. We gotta start lifting stuff.
Yeah, but baseball, you kind of the highest paid.
Minor league.
Well, maybe if you're a top dog. I take that back.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's probably not their top player. And we're not trying to kick this guy while he's down. I hope he gets help and stuff. But I was just thinking, like, how long? I wonder how long this was going on, man. And like, imagine showing up to games and some dude's running scams, like a player's running scams, like, what I mean? Because you're kind of like, oh, this must be legit. This guy's plays for the Yankees. He's a part of this organization. Like, must be legit. And then
my question is, how are you doing this? Are you doing it like during the game, after the game, in between games? Like how are you scamming the fans? That's what I want to know. I would really like to know. Like, I would like to talk to one of the fans he scammed. Yeah, he stole me a hat for $10. Why would you? He was in the dugout. Why would you pay $10 for that hat? I thought I could get it for the low. Well,
Nico, you ever have someone on your team lifting your stuff for when you turn?
Yeah. Like, dude, it was weird. People used to steal like little stuff like knee pads, thigh pads. For football, you need those things. But that's pretty much it. I don't think we ever scammed anybody or stole anything like a phone, watch, wallet, things like that. But he something wrong with him. Something wrong with him. Hopefully he figures it. Don't figure it out, but hopefully you just stop. Just stop. Stop.
It kind of sounds like it was kind of a two-part thing. It was one thing. It was like a two-part thing. So he was taking stuff from players and then selling that stuff online to fans as if, like, hey, I got Jock Peterson's jock strap or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he's stealing, but I'm just saying, like, and then he would sell them, like, whatever. And then he was scamming people with stuff. But I'm just saying, like, how crazy is that? Like, imagine you go to the game and then, like, there's this guy selling stuff or whatever. The player, you bought stuff from him, and then turns out, like, oh, it's fake or you just whatever.
Or you don't receive your stuff.
Yeah, that's what was happening. Is people weren't getting their stuff and whatever. It's just it's crazy, man.
I mean, my only take on this is the fact that he had to do all this. I mean, I get that maybe you had maybe some weren't getting paid or something. I don't know, but at the end of the day, you just pretty much risked all this to now not pretty much have a job in baseball now, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
I just feel like, bro, you just
stupid.
I don't know. I just exactly. It's stupid, and it's just like, bro, like you probably selling your teammates stuff for maybe $100 or $1,000, whatever. How much he was ever selling it.
I got one. I got one for you. It has nothing to do with sports. I got one for you.
And-
We had a friend. We had a friend come over, stay with us, and he stayed in my brother's bedroom. He had like a bunk bed or whatever. He stayed in there, and this is gonna tell you where we're from. But my brother, a lot of my family hunts heavily, to the point where like they go all in, and so my brother he stole a bunch of cash from my brother, and he also stole some cologne, or so he thought. It was a bottle of doe urine for that you spray on stuff to attract bucks or whatever, and that's how we knew he took it, because he smelled like piss. He loaded himself up too. He thought he was going to smell pretty. That's all I'm wondering too is at what point he's like, man, I stink. I got to keep spraying. And eventually it's going to make me smell better.
Like the piss when it first came out the bottle though, like that's that's weird.
It might be one of them low key scents. Like you smell it, but you be like, oh, that's somebody else, and then you just keep going like
bullshit.
like,
but that's right away everyone knew. Like we were looking. My brother's like, man, I'm missing a bunch of cash from my dresser, and it was back when people used to hoard cash, back in the the early 2000. But yeah, he's like
bank accounts, just believe put it under the mattress.
And he was. We were instantly like, I think I know who stole your stuff. Yeah,
I ain't got no crazy story like that. I was about to say like not no sports. I was about to say somebody's stealing something out of my locker room. But I mean, if it was to happen though, I mean, I felt like of course we would have to settle it right then and there in the locker room for sure. But I mean, I don't think I have I think I do have a story, but it's not sports related. But it was just like I said, kind of like towards like with John when he had somebody staying with you, but he didn't take cash or anything. Like it was just they took my drawers. Like what the fuck?
How funny would it be if you saw your drawers on eBay?
I was mad as fuck, bro. Like,
hey man, I gotta buy them back. They got my name on them.
Yeah, what with these shit.
And like the only reason I know is because like the certain ones that I get though, because like I only seriously though, like I only get either hangings or I get polo. Like real talk, like
it's true though. Like we're not. I'm not making fun.
Very nasty.
I'm not making fun of
I was very upset.
People who have the klepto tendencies. I'm not making fun of them at all. But it is interesting. Like that's how you know it's an addiction, and not so much like even that they want to. It's like they will steal like the most random things that you would never think about stealing, and that's how it's like, oh, that's why we're saying like, we're not making fun of this guy at all, because obviously like hope he gets help, because this is a real thing. I mean, it's like sure he's making a choice. It's not like he didn't it wasn't an accident. He did these things on purpose, but like people do, man, they will start stealing the most random things, and that's when you realize like, oh, this guy needs help. Like it's more than just like he's not just trying to get rich off of me. He needs serious help. Yeah. But so yeah, I mean, but yeah, man, that's oh man,
hey,
poor guy.
He needs help, bro. So
poor Yankees.
Sorry for you, bro.
It's not really the Yankees. It's him.
I mean, his teammates. His teammates. Talking about his teammates.
He probably ain't do nothing, but it's probably still a jersey.
I was about to say, if anything, they can definitely replace it.
Well, let's just say these guys. I don't know how much money they make. Let's say they don't make a ton of money. You know what I mean? Like even stealing your glove, man. Like you could have a favorite glove, whatever. Like that's all. Like it's not cool. It's not cool.
I feel like if you're on the Yankees, you definitely making money for sure. I'm just saying.
I don't know how much minor leaguers make. I have to look into that.
I think baseball is kind of like basketball. Like maybe that the dope first baseman, like in the Yankees case, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton. I think they're the ones making money. Even like here with the Cubs, Javi, Rizzo when they were here. Chris Bryant, I think they were the ones that were like, I'm good. I'm healthy.
This here says that roughly make $400 to $700 a week, which is decent money, but it's not, you're not getting rich money.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, every little thing that goes missing from your locker, if you paid for it, that's a bummer. But yeah. Anyway, moving on.
100%. So, fellas, which NFL team is flying under the radar this season? Upcoming season.
I was actually, so obviously I brought this up, but I'm kind of torn, man, because I think Indianapolis is having a good offseason, and I think they look nice. By the way, personally, I think they should go get Odell Beckham. I think that'll be a great landing spot for him. That team is primed to do something great in the AFC.
Even coming off a torn ACL.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have extra receivers sitting on your bench somewhere down the line. I'm not saying they have to sign him to a crazy contract, but I mean, yeah, go get Odell. Why would you waste talent like that? You know what I mean? Like, it's like when you are playing fantasy and you don't, you have a really good starting 5 or 10 or whatever, 7, and then your bench is just weak. Well, one of them gets hurt, and then next thing you know, you lose the rest of every game because you have nobody left. You go get this guy before, before he's not available. Like, you go get him now. That way, in case someone gets hurt down the road, he's healthy by then. But I'm going to say Philadelphia, man. I really think Philadelphia Eagles are really going to be better than we're giving them credit. Now again, a lot of this rides or die on Jalen Hurts. He has to be the truth. You know what I mean? Like, if he's not the truth, then they're going to be garbage. But I mean, they got him the pieces where I think Jalen Hurts and I think the Eagles could be really something special this year. I think the whole division could be. I think Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders, I think they could be something. I think that whole division, except maybe the Giants, will be in contention. And I don't think the Giants are going to be trash, but yeah, I think it'd be. I think it's going to be really good. But I think the Eagles are really flying under the radar and aren't getting talked about enough for their moves.
True. Who you got, Walt?
Yeah, I was kind of torn between 2 teams as well. Of course, John three teams. The third team is kind of I care, but I don't care.
A given?
What do you mean?
The third team is a given?
No, actually, a third team is going to be a team that you definitely don't think that I would have probably said. But
yeah, let me hear this one. I got to hear it.
But like I said, my first 2, of course, was the Colts and Eagles. I definitely feel like Colts is definitely making some moves for sure. You know what I'm saying? Signing, I think they just signed. What's that dude's? The dude from Denver. I can't think of his name right now. I think it's like Philip
Lindsay.
Yes, there you go. Thank you, sir. They just signed him. I think that was a good pickup for him to back up Jonathan Taylor as well. You know what I'm saying? And still having that receiver core that they have, it's just pretty much up to the quarterback now. So I mean, I won't say just the quarterback, but like I said, with the moves that they were making, I feel like that's my team. I feel like it's under the radar. So I say the Colts and the Eagles, and actually the third team. I won't say they was really making moves, but I just still feel like they're under the radar. I say the Steelers, man. Just because
I thought you were gonna say that, but I don't know why.
Just because, bro, like they're still a team to be reckoned with, especially in our division. Like I know that it doesn't look like they have too much right now, but just Mike Tomlin, man, it's that his coaching style is just unbelievable to me, bro. So I just feel like anything that he does, or he can put a team together and still get them to the playoffs. That's what I'm pretty much trying to say. So. I say Steelers for sure. That's the third team. But who you thought I was gonna say, Nico? I'm curious.
That team you wearing on your chest.
I won't really say we under the radar.
That's not under the radar. Everyone knew that.
I mean, the reason I say that is because y'all just re-signed Clowney, which I think was very smart.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't double team Garrett. Right. Now you got probably two of the most athletic DNs in the NFL. I don't know any 2 that's more athletic than them. I mean,
like I said, I was thinking about them, but I just felt like what the Watson thing, I'm not really saying that we're under the radar because of the fact I just feel like we're always in the media because of Watson now, because of the situation that he has.
Yeah, I think I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I think there are really high expectations for the Browns.
Yeah, I'm definitely not saying Super Bowl at all. Because like I said,
I don't really know. No, but I think everyone.
Well, I think for the next few years it will be a boom or bust kind of thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree for sure. Agree.
But I think everyone would think they should win at least 11. Like if they win
This year,
yeah, 11-6.
I don't know. It's just depending on how that suspension
Even
gonna
if he
go.
don't
Bro.
play 6 games,
Oh well, okay. If you don't play 6 games,
hypothetically,
Yeah, hypothetically, if he don't play 6 or 8
that's
games, that's what
different.
I'm saying.
But yeah, re-signing Njoku to a pretty good contract, I think actually. He's he's my favorite tight end in the league right now.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
we
for a couple
re-signed we re-signed all our top tier players
you said that about Kelsey last year too, though. But
up
I ain't
until
gonna
like
say
2016. I mean, I said 2016, 2026, if I'm not mistaken, or 2027. So I'm definitely excited about that. So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's my underrated teams, bro. So
I like it. I like it.
Nico.
I think. I think. Honestly, I'm gonna stay in the AFC North. I think Baltimore because they got better defensively. They got the DN from Michigan. He go from one Harbaugh brother to the other. I think especially being there with just that just the whole team, man. And then you got Queen coming in. I thought they should have made a big push for Bobby Wagner because how often does a great middle linebacker become available?
This is
Ray
what I don't
Lewis, yeah.
understand. Is like you look at all these great names that sit out there, and like teams who clearly need players don't go pick up the Wagners and the Bobby and the ABs
Earl
of the
Thomas.
world and the Odell Beckhams.
Well, Earl Thomas is in some trouble.
And it's the Rams who are going out and picking up Von Miller, Odell, you got Allen Robinson. It's the Buccaneers and it's like I swear if this wasn't rigged, like I don't know what to think. Like there's a reason these teams are losing. Like they're just stupid. Like
And then they picked up PJ Williams, the safety from the Saints. I think that was a big pickup for them, especially on that back end. And just hopefully, in their case, Marcus Peters can come back. Marlon Humphreys, Williams. I want to say his name is Kerry Williams. Hopefully, the long rangy corner. I think they're primed for that. That defense to be, top 5, top 10 once again. Hopefully, they can figure out the Calais Campbell situations if they haven't already. And I think another team, Buffalo. Buffalo. They didn't just sit back and say, "Hey, better luck next year." They went and got one of the best DNs in the league. Well, not DNs, but rush linebackers, whatever you want to call them. One of the best pass rushers in the NFL environment.
yeah, but Buffalo is I think number one in betting odds on every betting site to win the Super Bowl. So I wouldn't put them under the radar. Yeah, like they're right now the favorites to win the Super Bowl next year. So
I wouldn't.
I don't think they were under the radar.
I think he still got to play. And my last.
I agree with that. I don't think they're the favorites. I have my own personal, but we've talked about that before. But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't call them under the radar when they're the favorite everywhere to win the Super Bowl.
My last team, I would say the Raiders, just with all the the offseason acquisitions.
But that's not under the radar. They signed one of the biggest names in the game, Davante Adams.
Yeah, but you don't hear nobody talking about him like that. After they sign him, it's pretty much like, hey, what's Brady gonna do? What's Dallas gonna do?
I think most of the talk
and Buffalo gonna do.
Yeah, I think most of the talk was like slamming Green Bay for letting him go, then the Raiders picking him up. But still, I mean, yeah, like he's one of the biggest names signed in the off season. But there's still a lot of moves to be made, though. So it's going to be interesting where it still goes from here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I think the Raiders, they're going to be a tough out. And then you sign Chandler Jones to go along with Max Crosby. Let's see what that pretty much that back seven looks like. What was that?
Sorry, I'm doing research while on the show.
Oh, yeah. So I could see it. I could see Baltimore surprising a lot of people. I think they need to. I honestly believe they should have went after Jarvis, like the Saints did. And that's another team. If if John's favorite quarterback, Jameis Winston, can come back and be anything like he was last year before he got hurt, the Saints might be a problem.
Yeah, they gonna need Winston. They can't do nothing with Hill back there.
And we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
No, I said they gonna definitely
No, I'm
need
talking
Winston.
about John. John.
No, I was just saying, what's this favorite quarterback stuff? You trying to take shots
your-
or something?
You named your cat after him.
Yeah, her name is Jameis Winston. What's that?
My point exactly. That's your favorite.
That's my favorite. Cam, you know Cam is my guy. Cam
Nobody
is my guy.
named anything somebody's whole name unless they're one of their favorites. Walt ain't gonna name his.
No. My boy cat is Samaje Kristen.
Right, and it's backwards of Jameis. Come on now.
Right. Yeah.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah, it's just their names are James in different ways.
Oh
James
my God.
Samaje.
Yeah,
Just James.
I'm sure it is.
It has nothing to do with.
But if
I was
Walt
gonna name our next pet Majesty because it has James in it. Like I was just doing this thing
I
where
bet you were. It's just real coincidental. But like if Walt named his daughter Malaya Garrett, why'd you name her that? Oh, I just Miles was a good name. No, bruh. You don't make that kind of.
I was about to say, I did say if I ever have a son, I'm gonna name his nickname gonna be James because LeBron James is my favorite player.
I am a fan of James.
So
Please, Walt is honest about it.
I'm so
John
serious.
is in denial.
I'm a fan of Jameis Winston, but he's not my favorite. He's not even like a top 3 favorite quarterback right now.
Oh my! Yes, he is. Right after Kurt Warner. Yes, he is.
No, for right now, currently it is Cam Newton, then Joe Burrow, and then I'd probably have to think about my third favorite right now. It might be Jameis.
They're third and 4, 3 and 4 next to Kurt Warner and Jameis Winston. I get it. It's okay. It's okay.
Are we gonna have to do
my second favorite quarterback of all time is Carson Palmer. I was always a big Bengals fan, other than the Rams. So that's why Joe Burrow too.
Really?
Yeah, and I was a Cardinals fan too. Kurt and Carson both played there, so I
was a Palmer fan with the T.J. Huseman's out of Chad Johnson.
Matter of fact,
Rudy Johnson.
How was that? Like when they would play your Browns, like was you?
It was tough though. I ain't gonna lie. Only because I was rooting for them, but when they played me, I couldn't root for them. But when they weren't playing me, I was able to root for them. I'm just put it like that.
Okay, makes sense. I do it all.
But they still will whoop our ass though.
I like Luka until he played the Bulls.
So
Luka, I rock
it
with
is
you.
what it is.
Till you play the Bulls.
Hey,
shit, you better hope your boy pull off a dub tonight, boy. Stop playing.
You need
let me
have 40 the other night.
And they
let
lost.
me give your boy. I'm trying to think. Let me give your boy Luka his praise. Listen to this. This is pretty crazy. Over the last, I'm gonna have to read it obviously. I don't know off the top of my head. Over the last 7-game series, not including these 2 against Golden State, he outscored 4th place MVP candidate Devin Booker 218 to 164.
Damn.
While out rebounding 7-foot DeAndre Ayton 69 to 57.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I think I seen that too.
Out assisted Chris Paul 49 to 40, and had more steals than runner-up defensive player of the year Mikal Bridges 15 to 9. Like he put on himself a little series.
He did. I seen that earlier too.
Now I still believe that it was 51-49. I think 51% Phoenix lost that series more than Dallas won it.
No, they just chose the wrong day to have a bad day. That's what it was.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that last game. I'm talking about the 3 they lost before that. They allowed Dallas to hang in that series. Dallas should have been over in 5 or 6. But I'm just saying, you know what? He put on a series. He did everything he could, and Phoenix left the door open, and he kicked it down.
I like to see you finally give him some due. I'm glad that you're finding growth.
I've never been a hater. I don't know where this comes from. I just here's what happens, right?
You sure?
I sit here and say, oh, do I like chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla? And I say I like chocolate and then vanilla and then strawberry. I never said I hated strawberry. I just have it third. And people find me on my rankings like I'm a hater or something. I said no. It's just
I never said you were a hater. I just said I like the fact you're giving him his respect. You put yourself in that hater category.
I've always given him his respect. I've said he's a top 5 offensive player, if not top 3 offensive player in the league every year in, year out. And he's going to win.
What?
And
We're
he's
not
going to
gonna
win
talk
MVP
about
next year. And he's going to win MVP
Why
next
you
year.
keep saying that? Are you trying to jinx him?
No, I'm
You trying to give him the Madden curse, John?
No.
Hey,
I don't know if there is there an NBA MVP curse? I don't know if that's a real thing. All right.
No, we know it's a Madden curse. That's all I'm saying. Real quick, guys, before we get out of here, what's your predictions for the game tonight? Game 3, Dallas at home versus Golden State.
I say the obvious answer is Dallas. If they don't win, it's over with.
Yeah, I said that too. If they don't win tonight, they're getting swept.
It's over with. To be honest.
Yeah, I think Dallas is going to be all right. I think they're if they get out a lead like that, they're going to play it differently, and I think they're going to learn from their past mistakes. And I think they have that potential, man. They have that potential to jump out on you. So Golden State's got to take it seriously in the first early minutes, or else if they get behind by 20 or 15 again, Dallas not going to let them back in the game.
100%.
I got Dallas by about, I'll say 8.
I'll say Dallas 110 to 100.
As I was thinking,
Golden State makes a late push.
I say Warriors
102.
Say Warriors pull it out by 3.
If they sweep them, oh man, Curry is gonna be
Warriors in 3.
All right,
but
so like I say, I got a question. If the Warriors make it, I have a question. I'm not gonna ask it until they make it to the final. So,
all right.
All
right, John. All right, Walt, take us out.
It's your boy Big Walt. Appreciate y'all joining us tonight here on Real Deal Sports. Like I said, this is your boy Big Walt. My boy Nico Suave looking over there, suave than a motherfucker. My boy John, cold as white boy.
What's he putting on 2 watches for?
It's that YouTube money, boy.
What is happening?
Hey, that boy got that long money over there now. He got the
all subscribers.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like getting ready for his day. He's about to he's like, all right, we're wrapping up the show. We just
right, yeah.
It's time for that nightlife.
Hey, YouTube money. We appreciate
it. Ain't over yet, man. Give it like 10 more seconds. We almost done.
I'm saying, this boy John. Like I said, I appreciate y'all joining us tonight. Help us reach 1,000 people. Appreciate y'all.
Subscribers. We would appreciate it.
Yeah, share the channel.
Oh, yes, we do got another subscriber. I think we have 41 and 42 if I'm not mistaken. So, hey,
41 right now.
I take it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the new people coming on. Appreciate
don't just subscribe. Share the channel with your friends.
Share, comment, like, all that. So, hey, like I said, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. Walt, Nico, John, we out of here.